Hey there, I'm Nina, and welcome to my garden. This is my happy place, alive with an ever-changing mix of veggies and fruit trees, living soil, and tons of flowers. My passion is helping people everywhere create their own gardens and learn how to grow an abundance of food at home. If you set your space up to win, gardening can become a meaningful rhythm of your life, and I'm here to help you get started. You might have heard me say before that gardening is this lost generational knowledge that just recently my generation hasn't really learned from the older generations how to tend a vegetable garden or grow fruit trees or even plant flowers. But after a year in the garden with River, I know that it's something we can get back in our blood. She's 1 year old and she's curious and brave, and she's not intimidated to try to copy me and do the things that I'm doing in the garden. Being in the garden with River has been my favorite part of motherhood so far because I see her just come alive. Gardening with kids has become something that's really important to me, and we have a bunch of kids in our friend group, and I see that at first they're intimidated and they don't really want to get their hands dirty, and then over time, as I'm helping them just do some basic tasks like planting seeds and watering every day, they get braver and more curious. Kids have so much focus and care when I trust them to tend the garden with me. It's really cool to see them kind of dial in. So this morning we're starting in the garden, and I have a bunch of my friends' kids coming over, and they have learned over time, just being here around the farm, seeing us grow a bunch of food. We have barn parties and pool parties all the time, and they're gonna help me harvest everything we need for verde salsa. So you know, at a restaurant sometimes you get red salsa and green salsa. The red one is based with tomatoes, and the green one is based with tomatillos, which are one of my favorite things to grow. They're called Mexican tomatoes as the nickname because they grow great in hot summers and they produce a lot at one time. There's very few pests with them. It's one of my favorite things. So we harvested all our goodies, and then we got from the farmer's market the other things that weren't in our garden. And so first we're going to peel the tomatillos. We're going to peel the husks off of all of them, cut them in half and roast them. So we'll put all the veggies here on our roasting sheet, and then once everything's kind of cooked and roasted and a little bit charred, we're going to put that and the rest of the ingredients in the blender. And that's it. It's easy. So use tomatillos as your base and a bunch of different peppers depending on how spicy you like things, and then a few of these extras like the cilantro and lime juice and garlic to spice it up. Some salt at the end. So we're gonna roast everything on 425 degrees for about 20 minutes on a cookie sheet, and then put the broiler on in your oven and go for 5 more minutes. That's gonna give the veggies that black char flavor. It's so good. After that, let your veggies cool down a little bit, throw it all in the blender, and you're done. It is tasty. I know you're gonna love this recipe. You can download it from thedirtacademy.com, but also experiment with making it your own. Kids can do it. Consider this your sign to involve them. Just use them in your garden and in your cooking. And I've learned this from other mamas that are much farther down the path than I am, but they love being trusted with these tasks. And the more that we can take care, the more confident that they're going to be as they get bigger to do their own gardening and cooking. Gardening with kids is a powerful investment. Learning alongside them has taught me so much because their eye level is lower, closer to the soil, and they explore wholeheartedly. Planting seeds is an honor for them, and watering is a chore that they might fight over. And usually they'll taste just about anything I hand them, from the herb beds or tomato plants, just all of it. Have you ever heard kids beg for more raw parsley? Believe it or not, I have. That's a real thing. Volunteering at a community garden or rounding up your friends' kids to cook together, these efforts have lasting impacts on beautiful young minds. I hope the next generations of kiddos have deeper connections to the earth from a younger age and would be motivated to grow some of their own food as just a natural part of their life. That's the good stuff. We actually have a lot to learn from them if we slow down and get on their level. Happy growing.